Welcome, everyone, to another little live stream. One second. All right, welcome in, everyone. Sorry, had to do a little quick text. Let me grab a drink of water so I'm not choking out here midstream because I am having coffee. Yep. So, what do we have ourselves here today? I mean, first of all, thank you for tuning in. But today, what are we going to do? Today, we're going to go over our little setup of what happened on the day. So we'll go over that. And then from there, we are going to take a look-ski at some the New York session kill zone. All right, so that one is going to be about our 8 to 11 a.m. And just like equity open volatility, and kill zones just New York AM breakout on 15-minute chart, and just see how that goes. So let's do it, and we'll do some back testing as well. I really like doing that session that we did yesterday. So how about we do that? So today, on the day, what did we have? Okay, so last night, we kind of talked about, okay, Asian session, right? We tried taking a little short out of it. We didn't get quite the whole thing, right? The short still technically worked out, right? If you remember the range that we took. So we had this range, right? We had our order set, our limit set at 705. Our stop was right here. We never took that. So then we sold down to here. So that was beautiful. We were looking for a much larger range. So that was on us, right? But that trade played out if you watched the live stream last night. So that kind of confirms our bias a little bit. Let's watch the same thing maybe play out right here. All right, let's take the range OTE, and we'll just keep it on there. But we'll go over what we were looking for in terms of tonight's session. So in the morning, right, we saw, okay, a little manipulation below this. Okay, we retraced over here. That was, I believe, probably right at that 50% mark. Yeah, right below the 50%. We had this right here. We swept this liquidity, similar setup as yesterday. We had a little Judas into open, little sell into open, and then pump up out of it. I did take a little short right here, right, because we had a little fair value gap, and then continuation down, just down to this liquidity from here. We did start to reverse, right? So on the 1 minute, we couldn't close below this. All right, what was our next target to the upside? This was, we outlined this in our Discord, this 2501.75. That was the next target that we were looking for. Okay, so that's what we got right over here in the session during the macro to take a little bit short just for the retrace. As you can see, we came into that 618, held that 618 as well as this order block right here. All right, so price held this order block. Let's outline that. Let's maybe also just delineate some things. So, all right, you can see let me open this up full screen. Show it on the buy side and retrace into the range OTE. Okay, all right, that's right here. This is our ultimate target. We're just gonna put these into our Tuesday journal. Oh, almost deleted that whole thing. And then, yeah, right here, you see that 50% that we retraced into. So right there, this is also a notable fib. Right, and then theirs was our OB. So bounced out of the OB plus OTE right here. Bounce on OB plus OTE. Right there. So we did here. We had this liquidity as well. We swept that, right? And then came back above it. retested it a few times right here. I want to put that right there. Okay, in terms of our daily plan, right, just kind of this. Okay, which one lines up the best with it? Let's take a look, right? Okay, so we had Asian for sure, just a little consolidation, right? Okay, London did manipulate down below it. Okay, so then we are likely looking for an expansion in that session, right? That's combining those two lessons that we have previously covered. So that's the lesson of those sessions and how they interact with each other, right? So we'll keep on using this. We'll keep on throwing that on there. See, what do we have for key levels to the upside? Ooh, that's close. Okay, cool. All right. Trend line. Key level, so I want to keep that one pretty close. And then this liquidity as well, that can go back into Tuesday. Otherwise, I mean, it was a pretty choppy day. Not gonna lie, I did take another little L on this day. But that is because I was trying to look for a setup when there wasn't one. All right. No setup, no trade. I need to just drill that into my own head. No setup, no trade. Currently, last night we could have taken an easy trade, just a quick couple 705 to whatever to the bottom of Asian session, give us solid, or we could have gone to this liquidity right here. All right, there's your 243 tickles. That's solid. Right now we have taken previous day high, and we have taken this important liquidity. As long as we stay below 2501.75, we could be looking for shorts, right? And that previous day high. So as long as we're staying below those two levels, we could be looking for possible shorts. I'm liking the way this daily candle has swept that. We could be easily, and our day is still so high up. Oh my God. So that liquidity. And what do we got tomorrow? Core durable goods orders, 6:30 a.m. Thursday final GDP. That GDP could give us it's a quarter over quarter plus unemployment, final GDP index, and 8 a.m. pending home sales. That could give us some solid move. Maybe GDP will be a shitter, so could see that the fill of that gap. But we still have stuff to the upside. We're not discounting that in no way, shape, or form. Right. So animal, what do we have there? That's what we wanted to see. Yeah, that's kind of working out right now. I want to see if it continues up or what we do from there. Woo, let me delete that. These are important levels, little consolidation there. That retest of that level right there, break of structure. Previous weekly high. So yeah, for tomorrow, let's look at this possibility, right? As long as we stay below. That's just a prediction, right? I'm not trying to say anything, but just for the sake of a retrace, that's what we could be looking for. All right? So our if-then plan is if price is staying below the previous day high, PDH, and below the 2501, 501.75, then we could be looking for a retrace into the OTE of the range that. So I'm typing out a little plan for those in our Discord, right? We're doing a little if then. If we break above, then we can be looking for further upside into the OT of the larger range. It's kind of what we're looking for right now, right? This would be that retrace would be into this zone possibly, right? That's what we want to see. But so far, I mean, we swept this liquidity. This fair value gap is holding on the hourly. On the 4-hour, we don't necessarily have anything to the downside. That's my whole issue, but I need to be more present with the market, right? What is the market actually doing? Dogecoin's tapping that. We had some longs, but man, get out of them. Oh, that was scary. I stopped trusting longs for no reason. Right, okay, we got Timmy Candle, we got that. So Asian session, how that interacts with New York session. Let's go into that. Let's go into our study of New York session and just kind of that interaction, right? So New York session, technically, or that macro / kill zone, right? That we are looking for. Delete all of that. That kill zone. Delete all of this crap. A lot of stuff, right? Okay, so we know that our Asian session and our London session kind of determine that session. If you guys are just now tuning in, make sure you give it a like, give it a share, follow Big Timmy Hedge, follow Hayes Beats on Twitter. Check out the previous live streams. That's going to be on papertraders.io. You can go to the website and you can scroll down to the links or check the links on that top right. Check out those links. You'll find our YouTube channel under there. And from there, you can see all the previous live streams that we have done. We have done a full little recap of ICT and, just that general coverage. So today we're doing that New York kill zone. So that is our 8 a.m. to 11 a.m. session, right? I have that delineated over here. I do it more of like 8:30, just because that's when that news opens, 11:30 to 11. That is the time that I prefer to execute. If I don't necessarily see a setup during that time, I don't take trades past noon. Right, over here we could have taken a trade today, right? I could have taken this small retrace into OTE. I'm also playing some bangers right now. So we retrace right there. That's beautiful. I'll grab a drinky poo of water before I start yapping away again. All right, cool. So our Asian session, our London session, right? This is the time that we want to execute. Let's go into our 15-minute actually, because this is the setup that I've always liked. Our 9:30, right? So pre-open, want to outline a range, right? See, okay, what range do we have? What do we have going on in the previous? Okay, what did Asian session do? What did London session do? All right, and then from here, okay, 8:30 open. Then we're looking for a 9:30 open. Our 9:30 open, that 15-minute candle is comprised of 3 5-minute candles, right? So we can have an open, low, high, closed, open, high, low, closed, right? So typically I am looking for, where does the price want to go? Right here, right? Or what do we have? So on this one, we had a little Timmy zone right there. So, okay, cool. We got that Timmy candle. What did this candle do? Retrace into OTE of this over here, or into this Timmy candle, and we sold right back down, right? We had a displacement right there. This is another market structure shift. That's something that we're looking for, right? So our 9:30 open, typically see a little manipulation to the downside and then a rip from there. So right here, came down, retraced the OTE. Let's turn up these jams. All right. So we have this, right? Our Asian session, this is what we talked about. Asian session, London session. London takes out both sides. All right. Okay. So then what do we do from there? New York is likely going to do the same thing. You can see this open high, right? Low close. So open high. What do? We retrace into this OTE. Or not OTE, sorry, this fair value gap. right? This fair value gap after we swept this liquidity and could not displace above it. So what do we do? What's next? Okay, we're looking for this liquidity right here. All right, we come down, grab this liquidity, a little bit of blunt close. This is our one trade. We are one and done. You can take this right there. There's your stop. There's your take profit, right? One and done. Look on a higher time frame too. Is you could trim some right here because just making sure we're taking those targets. And then from here, okay, we don't care what the rest of the market does. It can go up and go down, whatever. We took our trade. Let's keep going. Asian session, right? Asian session, London sweeps the bottom, right? That same thing that we talked about. So then what do we have left? We have Asian session left right there. We can outline this range, right? There we go. We got our range. What does 930 do? 915, 930, retrace almost into OTE, holds the 618, right? Open low, high close. We can take a trim right here, a trim right there, and then we are fucking off on the day. It's kind of looking for that interaction. This news candle, right? Okay, what are we going to do? 915. What does 930 do? 930 still wants to go down, right? We swept this liquidity. We could not displace back above it. Okay, so then, okay, well, where are we looking? Okay, let's take the OTE of this whole range. All right, 786, 705, beautiful range to just play on. Yeah, and then we come back up in the other session. But at 930, what do? We retraced a little bit. We are below the close of this candle. All right, this thing that we keep talking about. Okay, we're below the close of this candle. All right, we're kind of selling down. Close this. Okay, price retraces into it, taps this 15-minute close candle again, and continues selling down. Strong sell, 945. Let's keep going. 830. What do? Kind of this one's a little bit off balance, right? We swept that liquidity, didn't want to displace above it. Previous day low, that's where we get those outside days. It's kind of similar to what I'm looking for on this day. I'd love to see an outside day for tomorrow. This playlist is banging right now. You guys can't hear it because copyright. Just Sunday. Okay, sorry. To stop with my other work shit. Okay, so we sweep this liquidity, right? Asian session, London session starts to retrace. So we don't necessarily do the whole thing where we retrace into it. But over here, right, we can take the London session, take the OTE of it. Okay, what do? First of all, we come up into it, right? And then sell from there, a little choppy. But on our 15-minute, our initial 930 open, we come up, sweep those, retrace into here. All right, it's multi-range, right? Come up, 705 bounce. All right, go up a little bit. Not a high probability day, not something that you want to be trading. Our next thing, okay, what do we have right here? All right, Asian session, swept some liquidities below. Okay, London session doesn't want to, comes into like 50% of this probably hourly wick. And then we start retracing back up. We have all of these targets to the upside. That's first of all. Okay, then we got 9 a.m., 9:15, 9:30. What does 9:30 do? What do we have right here? 9:30 retraces into this little 15-minute fair value gap, right? Continues up. What do we do today on the 15-minute? Let's take a look-ski. Where's my 9:30 open out here? 10 a.m., 9:30. did come down. We came up, we had this consolidation up top, right? This 945 gave us a nice little deep dive into this liquidity right there, right? That's this liquidity that we talked about. Then continued on up out of there. So this one, right? Retrace into here. That's your little 930 open. That's your kill zone, right? After 11, I mean, you're not really looking for anything else. You can play the silver bullet, which is from 10 a.m. to from 10 to 11. That's your silver bullet hour, right? That's any 5-minute fair value gap that price retraces to. Right here, Asian session tops or left. London session sweeps the bottom of it. We don't do anything. What do we have to the bottom of it, right? What do we got at 9:30? We come down at 9:30, tap into something. Let's throw a fib on it. What do we tap into? 0.5 of that range. We're not displacing it, right? We have our breakout level right here as well. So we can take those breakout levels. Okay, cool. Continue on up, right? Beautiful. And then we can also throw a projection on it, right? Standard deviation, 618.5. Okay. I think sometimes when you have those news candles, you also want to notate the range of the news candle. My foot is fucking itching, y'all. So you take this 8:30 open, all right? That's typically our news candle. So we can take the news candle, we can draw an OTE of it and see how price interacts with it. So then we keep going, 9:30. Okay, 9:30 kind of doesn't give us much. 9:45, we drop down, take out this liquidity, then display, right? We don't close below it. We don't displace this level. Okay, so what can we be looking for? Probably higher price action, right? Right here, we retest this level multiple times. That's our little order block formation-ish thing. Okay, cool. Continue up. We have volume imbalance. That's what I'm looking for. A downside in here. No, actually, we fill this volume imbalance. That's why we took those shorts initially, right? We had this hourly candle, take out the top of that, and then we had this volume imbalance to the bottom. So, okay, awesome. We got what we wanted to. See, I'd love for that to retrace back into here and short from that range. Got a little bit of an M. I mean, we're still supposedly bullish. Just like slowly fucking itching the fuck out of my foot right now. Okay. London session or Asian session, a little consolidation. London session, a little manipulation. What can our London or London or New York session do? It can come up, right? 15-minute, 9:30. Retrace into here. We don't take liquidity, but we also put in this wick. Okay, this could be a nice little reversal candle, right? As long as we hold above the close. We shift above this candle, all right, we can start looking for upside. You can take this candle as the whole manipulation or 9:30 candle, right? We can take that whole 9:30 candle as the manipulation. We retrace back into 705 into the OTE of that candle. Continue up, negative 3.5 hit. Beautiful, right? So those are kind of the setups that we want to be looking for. Ooh, solid rejection right there. Okay, let's keep going. 9:30, right? What do? Retrace a little bit below over here to this fair value gap. Continue on up, right? And what do we do over here? Let's see. I could turn this music on for you guys. Maybe I can, well, no, I don't want to turn off YouTube. If you guys have any questions at any point, feel free to ask away. I'd love to answer them. All right. Let's see, what do we have here, right? Asian session, London session takes the bottom. New York, this little doji, takes the tops. We don't displace back up. All right. Then we come into OTE of 9:30 candle, right? Let's outline the OTE. Let's outline this 9:30 15-minute candle. All right. Like I said, scoot it over right here. All right. What do we do over here? Test that 786 multiple times. We can't close a body above it. Continuation down. Where do we land? 4326, 5618. Awesome. Right? Beautiful. Right here, got 9 a.m., 9:15. This is an order block, right? Down, up close candle before down close move. Okay, retrace into it, 9:30. Retrace a little bit into it. Continue down. We have this liquidity right here. What I do? Come down, sweep that. Awesome. Phenomenal. Let's keep going. 8:45, 9, 9:15, 9:30. Huge displacement, right? Huge displacement candle. Okay, if we didn't see it, then we didn't see it, right? We're not mad about it. We're not upset about it. Cool. We're looking for other setups to form. See what we do, right? Still have all of this time to execute from up here to up there. Okay. Well, we have put this in, right? Okay, so we probably need a little retrace to something. All right, we can take this range OTE, right? Top to floor to top. Okay, retrace to 705. Okay, that's still within 10 a.m. candle. All right, cool. Retrace a little bit higher into this OTE right there. And then that's your trade, right? From OTE to OTE. We are trading from something to something. We have defined entry. We have a defined target right there. Capiche? Let's do 3 more days. Three more examples. Right here, this probably fucking fuck off on a Friday. Monday opens up. All right, what do we do? Asian session, tops, Asian session bottom, smooth. Thank you, Timmy. Make sure Timmy just commented. Big Timmy Hedge. Follow that guy. Follow Hayes Beats. Follow Russ the Thrivation. Those are the guys that you want to be following. It's the only people that you need on your timeline, to be honest. What do we do? 10-15 top, right? Sweep all of these. Sweep that top right here. Sweep this top right there. All right. Saw a little bit of consolidation. Cool. 9-15, sweep that. We're holding below this. All right. Awesome. We're downside targets. Look for whichever ones take your prices. 9:30. What do we do right here? 9:30 retraces into OTEs of these candles, right? We can even, there you go, right? Holding 786 of this whole range right there. Right, you had your manipulation, open low, high closed on the 15-minute. Cool. Where we reach 1.618. Awesome. That's your trade. You could have been done right there. You could have been done right here on the London, right? This is the things that we're looking for. Let's get one more solid day over here. 9:30. All right, what did this 9:30 do? Had this fair value gap right here. London has swept both sides. All right. Okay, we're kind of looking a little bearish right here. Swept those liquidities up top as well. We have liquidities to the bottom. All of these. I remember this day. That's pretty solid. It's Wednesday, yeah. So, okay. All right, 9:30. We have that 9:30 candle. Okay, maybe you didn't catch that trade. So let's outline 9:30 candle, 15-minute. What do we have? We have that OTE of the 9:30 candle. This candle retraces into it. It's right at 10:45. Okay, cool. Don't sweep the top. Come into this little OTE of it. 786, 705, all of those beautiful trades. Continuation down. 5618 delivery. All right. Beautiful. That is going to do it for today. We outlined what we see. We can possibly, I would love to see a continuation to the downside, honestly, from here, but I need to get rid of that. Would love to see fucking thing. Market does what it does. I appreciate you guys for tuning in, for watching. Not that many of y'all in here, but spread the love. Make sure, tell your mom, tell your dad, tell your fucking dog to check it out. If you guys are enjoying these, if you guys are finding value in these, give it a like, give it a share. Check out the community, www.papertraders.io. Check out the Twitter, at the Paper Traders. We're doing a little giveaway for 3 lifetime subscriptions. You want to make sure you're not missing out on that. Check out our free tools on www.papertraders.io. We got the ICT trainer, provides you with TT trade models, just videos. It's basically like a tracker for progress tracking, right? Sometimes on YouTube, it might be annoying. You're like, oh, fuck, I don't know how much progress I'm actually making doing all of these videos. That makes it more visual in terms of, okay, this is the actual progress that I'm making on my learning journey. So make sure you check that out. That's a free tool. We have a risk calculator on there, trader log. That's how we get better, right? By journaling. So make sure you check that out. Make sure to check out HasteBeats on Twitter. Make sure to check out Big Timmy Hedge on Twitter. It's cutting great indicators for us. And make sure to check out Rusty Thracian as well. Other than that, that's going to do it for today. For tonight, we'll be back tomorrow morning. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Love you. Appreciate you.